What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916. You tuned into another edition of my vlog. Thank you for supporting my channel, for subscribing, sharing it with your friends. I appreciate you guys and all the great comments. It's always good to hear from everybody. And I want to say that I make these videos so that you guys out there can see that for everything that I've went through, endured in life, you too can basically do whatever it is you want to do if you put your mind to it. And I don't proclaim to have the most hard story, or I was in a war-torn country and my mom was on crack, or my dad used to beat me. It's not all that, but it's just my story. I share it with you guys. I don't try to compare it to other people's stories. And, their story is their story, my story is my story, but what I put out is a message that says, hey, you can too do it. You can make it happen. Nobody can take anything away from you that you don't want to allow them to take from you. A lot of people used to tell me things, growing up, like, hey, you should stick to this, or you're not that good at that, or, maybe that's not for you, or, blah, 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 blah. And those things, created doubt, maybe second guess myself, maybe feel lost, made me, wonder what my purpose was. And so I did a lot of dumb shit. I participated in a lot of things, did a lot of stuff that I wouldn't endorse today to tell other youngsters to do. But nonetheless, I went through that. And once I got to a point in my life where I kind of realized my spirituality and I reflected back, I'm like, man, what kind of mind state was I at that time? To think that that was cool. They glamorize a lot of this shit out here, and they make it seem like it's just all, fun and games, and, people are gonna wanna talk to you because you're this G or this person, and, haven't gone through this, and makes you somebody. The negative stuff, the stuff that, you think that makes you important, isn't really the things that you should be focused on. You should be focused on more or less core values, building some type of structure for yourself so that you can be successful, and surround yourself around positive people. If you're in a household where you don't have a lot of these, things being shared with you, or you don't have access to certain resources, and then once you become conscious, you have to separate yourself and make a choice that, hey, I'm a step away and go in another direction. And that's just part of realization. That's just part of maturing. You're not going to be the same forever. A lot of people want you to be the same. Oh, I remember back in the day when you was blah, 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 and now you try and tell people blah, 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 or this is what it is. I mean, what, am I still supposed to be the same dude I was when I was 16, 17, 18, 21, 25? I'm not the same person I was yesterday. I'm constantly evolving. I'm constantly, absorbing new information. I'm constantly, trying to stimulate my mind, working on my spirituality, growing as a spiritual being. So I wasn't the same person I was an hour ago. And so when people tell you that, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Those people are stuck. You've seen it. Some of these people walking around like they're living their high school days still reminiscing about stuff that happened, 30, 20 years ago. And it's things that happen, but it's not like you have to be stuck there. You learn from that. And if you're young and you haven't had all those experiences, well, take time to reflect on what you're currently doing or what you did last year to see if these things are gonna be something you want to reflect back on maybe 5 years from now. I remember when I went to go date this girl one time, and back in the day when we used to, in the hood, you used to go to the broad, you climb through a window, get your creep on, you know what I mean? Parents be sleeping, you be in there, beating it up, sneaking around, and the girl, shh, be quiet. And this is how we used to do it back in the day. Throw a rock out the window, and that was it. You never even, very rarely you met some girl's parents, unless you somehow, came across them at a school dance or, being picked up or dropped off or at a graduation function. But when I started dating in this new scene in high school, the girl, she was a little bit different, and her parent asked me, like, so what do your parents do? And where do you see yourself at in 5 years? Have you picked a college yet where you want to go to? And, what kind of career do you think that you want to have? And I'm like, 16 and a half. I'm like, what the fuck? Man, he's asking me stuff. I ain't never thought about this shit, And I'm like, oh, I was stuck. And I never want to be stuck like that again. I always want to know where I was going, what I want to do, what my goals were. So, I decided to make a conscious choice to do some things differently in the future. But it wasn't until years after that. That was in high school, and it took years after that. But, like I said, everything I share with you guys is to give you insight into life and hopefully make you guys think more. So tune in, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Big Herc 916.